Okay, so we're going to play our 7+7 Crazyhouse match with pepellou. Uh, Developing the queen looks like a good idea. Also, getting the bishop to that diagonal looks like a good idea. So I'm going to do this. And going to quickly check that it's recording, that the pieces are visible. Everything, I mean, the minimum is there, so I'm not going to bother messing around too much more. Okay, so I like the idea of this, although that's sort of opening his diagonal, which I don't want to do. So do this, maybe this, or maybe this. Oh, I just got a message. Okay. So I want to do this, but I need something supporting it. I see. So this pawn is coming here, which I don't like. Okay, so I'm going to do I just feel like if I do this, takes, yeah, okay, that's still reasonable. And then I have I should have done this, I feel. Anyway, this takes, this takes, this. Okay, how am I getting my bishop to where I want it to be? Okay, so I could go bishop here. That's interesting. But it's just it's hit with tempo, and I don't really want that. So maybe I'm trying to figure out how I'm developing. Okay, so this is a slight concern. How am I developing? Okay, I'm going to do this. I just realized I've just walked into that, but that's okay because this is defended. I'm trying to work out where do I want my pawns? Okay, I'll do this. So I'm thinking dark squares. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. I just realized I always had bishop here if I wanted to, with the takes, queen takes, if I really wanted to. But then bishop here and pawn here looks annoying. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, defending this pawn, that's a classic thing of attacking a knight. Try and check undefended squares. So basically, still everything's defended for now, but this is a potential weak square. and this is a potential weak square. Whereas he's got a very obvious potential weak square here. Which you could just go for. There's also an interesting idea of knight here, takes, takes, queen takes, which looks devastating. So I'm going to go for that. Just making sure everything's still defended. Okay, so he doesn't defend it. So now knight takes pawn is on. Knight takes pawn is on, but there's no good follow-up. So I'm going to do this. He could do this, maybe, but my plan is to take here. To take here and take here. And exploit the fact this square is weak. So if he does a move like knight takes pawn, I think I go straight in and attack this one. But he can simply drop a pawn here, but then there's queen takes this pawn is the problem. So how to defend both of these squares? Not so obvious. Goes with the knight. I mean, I can just take this knight. Okay. Take that knight and replace a pawn here and check there are no nasty pawn drops. There's a pawn drop here, but I just take it. So now there's also a threat of knight here. Check. He's only got pawns in hand. Okay, so he does what I expected, the sort of idea. And I'm thinking I go knight here, check, and counter immediately. Because takes takes is a mate threat. And then pawn takes knight is surely also a mate threat if he takes the queen. Oh, I just realized knight takes queen defends the mate. That's bad. Knight takes queen defends the mate. Yep, that's bad. I missed this. So pawn knight. There's a knight here. Check. So yeah, I just missed. I missed this. Missed this up. With a knight and a pawn and stuff, maybe I'm in danger now because a knight here could come. Here takes. Maybe still safe. But then cookie crumb will probably work. No, so that probably doesn't work. This square needs to be defended, but I don't see how. Okay, I'm going to do this. But this one I just take. Okay, so he's used up his knight, and so he wants drops here. Okay, so if I go queen, he wants to smother me with a knight, king here, and then a pawn, king takes knight, and so on. But what if I go king here immediately, then pawn here, here, so pawn here would be clear, but it blocks up the knight check, but it's interesting. 3 minutes on the clock, so I've got to make sure I leave a little bit of time. Seems to be obvious. I do this. Knight here, check might be a thing. But I can take, or just go. And I think I just go without taking. Don't want to give him a bishop. Ah, but he could go this knight here, check. He does it this way. Okay, block. Oh, it's mate. Oh, no, it's not mate. Oh, this is mate. Ah, nicely done. So I was doing very well that game, and then I hung a tactic. Shame. So what I need to do is I need to get my bishop here at some point. And I want to do this obviously as well. So I'm going to go knight here. And I'm going to do this. So in normal, I guess, in normal you could do this, but this comes with the check, which is reasonable. So just blocking off this diagonal, and I want to do this, but this bishop is... So at some point he could provoke this. Maybe I develop like so. It feels somewhat slow. Okay, this is implicitly an attack. Okay, so I could go bishop here attacking his rook. I could, if I take the promise, he takes this one. So I could just go e6, takes. Yeah, so what else could I do? E6 kind of blocks me up a little bit. How can I... So bishop here is interesting. And he just moves the rook. Or he, yeah. Oh, yeah. So bishop here is interesting. Because he moves the rook, but then maybe I've got this. Okay, this way round... I can just take it. and take it and put a bishop here, hitting the queen and hitting the knight. Which is awkward. Keep a good time. This one. Let's keep a good time. And I like that my king is actually pretty safe with these pawns not moved. Yeah, very happy. With the time situation, I just need to play good Crazyhouse. The queen is a full queen, so I don't think he wants to give up that. But the knight's a very full knight as well, so pretty happy actually in this game. So just need to convert this. What's he going to do? Probably drop a bishop. And there's no reason to take and replace, is there? Because otherwise his queen could come and defend the knight. So I see we have Joanna tries Blunderman GB Tammy watching. That's nice. So I like bishop takes knight straight away, because straight away also there's a knight at c2 fork. So just going straight in. I mean, this is the way I like to play. Just of course development is important, and I haven't finished developing, but I like to go for the kill if I can. So let's just try and pick up a lot of material if I can. Bishop takes knight is actually interesting, by the way, because bishop takes knight is interesting because there are potential weaknesses here and here in the future if he ever gets a knight. Or I mean, already pawn drops here can be annoying. Simply pawn drop here if he gets a lot of pawns. So this, yeah, there are sensitivities involving bishop takes knight actually. So that's why I'm actually going to try and stop bishop takes knight. So do that with tempo. Just try and chase him back with tempo, and then I'm even considering the same sacrifice here. Just I've got to make sure I get it to work this time. And then the other possibility is bishop takes rook, although that's quite a gorgeous bishop, so I'm not sure. This. So pawn takes bishop, queen takes, interesting. I want to insist on this, and I'm thinking of takes. Yeah, I want to do this. I'm not worried about my king. I just want to go in. Except I want to make sure I make this work this time. Maybe with this idea. So queen takes knight is interesting, but maybe just queen takes pawn. Oh, also queen takes this pawn was very interesting. I feel I played that maybe too quickly. 3 pawns and a knight. Okay. So if rook here, I have pawn here, which feels very good. And he's only got one knight. So I'll do this. And making sure try and keep some time on the clock for the critical situations. So I'm worried about moves like rook here, maybe. Okay, bishop here, interesting. Queen, knight takes, or this, knight takes. He's trying to give himself like a... So queen, knight takes, knight here check becomes an idea. So do I want... Yeah, okay, I'm going to take on this side. I took on the wrong side, didn't I? Or did I? So a pawn, a knight, and a rook. So let's see. Let's put a rook on the back rank. There's queen takes bishop always. Queen takes bishop, and maybe there's a forced mate there, but I'm just not sure. So I'm going to do this. So pinning the knight so he can't take my queen. And if he defends the knight, then go pawn here next. All the while, he's always got a single knight check, but that's not too lethal, I don't think. Okay, so I could go rook takes knight. I don't think I want to. But pawn there just goes knight there. Okay, so let's just try and calculate a second. So the problem with pawn there is he goes knight takes pawn, which I'm not keen on. What about bishop takes pawn? Bishop takes pawn looks powerful. So the threat is pawn here. And if I had two knights, then a knight here and a knight here might be mate. I mean, queen takes pawn is always available for that. So I've always got queen takes rook, but let's have a think. Rook takes knight first. The thing is he run rook takes knight, goes away. Knight here, rook takes knight goes away. Could just take it, I guess. Go here just to keep him in a box. So if he does knight takes, the point is I've got knight here and knight here. Now is that mate? I'm not sure. And if he does king takes, then I want to bring my queen back. I want to bring my queen back. He probably defends with the rook. So he defends with the rook, let's assume. And then, no, he doesn't. So then I'm thinking knight here, and he's trying to run. No, where's he going? Knight here, check. Where's he going? Knight here, check is just mate, right? Yes, it's mate. Woof, woof. Yay. Okay. Nice. Very thematic, actually. Both games, the sack on. e4. I'm happy to get on the board and actually get my first win against pepellou in Crazyhouse 960. So good games.